Welcome to the 1940s Gladiator Round Finals! Here is the first combatant, standing 6 feet 1 inch, Steve Reeves! And his opponent, standing 5 feet 10 inches, Clarence Ross! And we begin this historic matchup with, of course, the front relaxed position. This is the finals. Thank you, each and every one of you, for sticking it out with me until these final matchups. Steve Reeves and Clarence Ross, two of the all-time greats. And now that I compare these two, each one of them has some pretty good attributes about them. Steve Reeves, that structure, unbeatable, as well as the legs. Sorry, I forgot my tongue, and customs. The calves even. Better set of legs altogether. I like the way those lats are jetting out on the part of Clarence Ross. That and those pecs. Look at those big, bountiful male boobs, those man boobs. Huge big set of pecs. I don't know, a slight edge towards Reeves in this, but I think we need to have another front relaxed. And Reeves is most certainly more displayed here, or better displayed, rather. Look at those lats, unreal. It appears Clarence is more of a most muscular going on, which looks good. Look at those legs, the way they are displayed. I would give him the edge in the wheels on this shot. Well, but on those calves. Wow, Reeves, look at the size of those calves. And compared with the rest of that body, his calves are so much larger than today's athletes. Unreal. The symmetry, he is just, well, let's face it, it's a beautiful physique. Yes, that's right, I said a man is beautiful. Deal with it. So I'm going to give Reeves a slight edge in this one. It will be more than a slight edge. However, in this front double bicep, that Steve Reeves will take home for a victory in this pose, at least. Wow. Very fantastic. Both gentlemen. It's a shame to hand Clarence Ross a loss. He's giving us everything he has here. He looks good for the 1940s. This was cream of the crop. Of course, next to Steve Reeves. Steve Reeves, just fantastic. Both of these men look like statues. I know I said a man was beautiful, and now I'm going to mention how these men are handsome. Now, don't get ahead of yourselves. I'm a straight man, but that's besides the point. These two men are very handsome compared to today's athletes. Look at Phil Heath. Looks like a pig face. And who else do you got? Rolly Winkler. It looks like he's taking a poop. Either way, Reeves fetches a big point. And if you take a look at this front lat spread comparison, and yes, the camera angle is much more favorable for Reeves, but I mean, taking that even into consideration, look at this front lat spread of Reeves. Clarence is hitting it more properly, I guess, but nothing doing. Wow, this Reeves is fantastic. I think he's going to perhaps be even better than the man that wins the 1950s brackets. I think this is a clean sweep, but this, of course, is the finals, and there isn't more than enough poses for Clarence to mount a comeback, so let's dig in. And what a perfect way to begin a nice little comeback. Then with a victory in this side chest pose. I mean, yes, Reeves, perhaps the better rib cage, or no doubt he has the better rib cage expansion, as well as probably the better set of arms as well. But look at those big old man boobs of Clarence Ross. Look at the size of those big babies. Imagine walking up to some young women on the beach back in the 1940s and bouncing those big babies. Hey, ladies, which way to the Muscle Beach? I don't know why Clarence would sound like Arnold. Forget about that. Clarence gets a point here, and in my opinion, a strong point. I love those big man boobs of his. Wow, the side tricep. It honestly could go either way. And since Clarence is losing the matchup, I tend to lean towards the underdog, but I have to be fair. This is the final matchup. I have to judge each and every one of these poses like it was the first. And yes, the display of Clarence is better when I look at the pecs. Of course, look at those big pecs. No wonder he won the side chest pose. But then I look at the arm and I dissect just the tricep alone. And Reeves is perhaps a little bit more visible. I don't know, the more I look at Clarence's, his pretty good tricep as well. A little bit inconclusive, given that Clarence's pecs just look so much better. But at the end of the day, if I had to base this one strictly on this pose, I might give it to Reeves. Let me tell you something about this Clarence Ross. He is an amazing bodybuilder. It is such a shame to hand him loss after loss against this superior bodybuilder. And let me tell you something else. This Ross, look at the traps and the lats. He is dominating against Reeves in certain aspects of this pose. Of course, he is fighting an uphill battle. Reeves has a wider clavicle, wider set of shoulders, and a smaller waist. That's a very steep uphill battle. And look at the size of those guns on Reeves, my soul. He is taking a point in this one, and we are going to actually end this competition with this pose. We will make this one the final shot in this entire tournament. This is very exciting to me. It is obvious who is winning this one. And I'll tell you who is winning this one. The man that is winning this entire tournament, Stephen Reeves. What an ab and thigh shot. And I must make mention of those calves from the front are just amazing. I gotta hand Clarence Ross a big hand for making it all the way to the finals and making for a somewhat pretty decent. Alright, it wasn't that good of a final. Steve Reeves had this one in the bag. What an incredible athlete he is. And ladies and gentlemen, I must take this time to thank Reeves. I mean, yes, he is up there in heaven or wherever your religion, wherever you think you go when you die. Either way. If you can hear me now, thank you, Steve Reeves, for all the hard work and determination that you put into each and every one of your workouts and your diet plan. Your physique still shines through today, 2019. And for what it's worth, congratulations, Steve Reeves. You are the greatest bodybuilder of the 1940s decade. And let's look forward to the finals of the 1950s decade, Bill Pearl versus Reg Park, and perhaps a clash of the Titans, 40s versus 50s overall winners. That's a couple of good matchups to look forward to for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the time to thank each and every one of you for going ahead and clicking that subscribe button. My sub level, like I say, it keeps growing and growing, and it ever so close to 1,000. And when I reach that 1,000 mark and I get monetized, we could see all of the finals in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and snap that button. Helps me a great deal. Have a great day.